Hello, X-Wing friends, families, and so forth. This is JBuzzsaw79 with my Week 4 Escalation tournament, the final week for the Escalation. We had to push it back a little bit because some people had relatives come to town and things like that, so we had to push it back a week, which is why it is pushed to where it currently is. If you hear noises in the background, you'll hear my son and my wife currently playing X-Wing Lego clones in the background there. I'm going to do my wife's list first for the 150 point coming up this next week here, and we're going to start getting right into it here. She is going to be flying. There they are. Two of the blue B-Wing pilots. She's flying Rebels at 150. Basic stat line, pilot skill 2, 3 attack, 1 evade, 3 hull, and 5 shield, with the system upgrade cannon and 2 torpedo slots. Focus target lock barrel roll for 22 points. She'll be flying 2 of these for the thing there. No kind of upgrades on those, just basic as they are. Kind of sit there and let it do too much. Next up, she's flying a K-Wing, and she will be flying none other than Miranda in the pilot slot for that. Miranda with her 8 pilot skill, 2 attack with on turret, 1 defense, 5 hull, 4 shields. Turret, 2 torpedo, 1 missile, a crew, and 2 bombs. Focus target lock and the slam maneuver, of course. And then, of course, Miranda's pilot ability once per round. You can roll 1 additional attack dice by losing a shield, or you can go ahead and gain a shield by rolling 1 less attack dice, so she can recharge her stuff basically at that point. For upgrades on her, she'll be using the twin laser turret for 6 points. Range is 2 to 3 with 3 dice. You can perform the attack twice, and if you suffer 1 damage, you cancel all of the results. So basically, it's trying to give you the guaranteed 1 damage, kind of almost like when you use an ion turret and things like that, where you, if 1 gets through, you cancel everything else, so they can only take a maximum of 1 damage. Okay, that's 6 points. She's throwing out a shield upgrade also. Increases her shield by 1, giving Miranda 10 hit points. Extra shield, so you can burn it for an extra attack right away in the beginning, or just to be a little more tanky later on. 4 points for the shield upgrade. And of course, recon specialist, because if you're taking 2 shots, you going to want to have focus for both of those, and you get double focus from that. So, all right, so we got Miranda. The next ship is A-Wing. This one will be piloted by Tycho, with the pilot skill of 8, 2 attack, 3 defense, 2 hull, 2 shields, with the elite slot and missile upgrade. Focus, target lock, boost, and evade are your actions. You may perform actions even while stressed. Basically, this is a little thing that I had thought of at one point. She can try it out. I have, of course, never tried this out yet. But experimental interface is your mod slot. Once per round, you may perform an action for free by basically taking on a stress, but it has to be an action icon card. Now, because of the elite slot, you can then add the title card to the A-Wing for 0 points, which gives you an additional title, or excuse me, elite slot, but you cannot have the same one. So in regards to that, you're running Expose for you need the extra attack. So basically, that bumps Tycho into basically being a X-Wing at that point. So you can be more tanky by not using it, or if you want to go full into attack mode, you can just basically minus it off. You have an X-Wing. The other one is Marksman. The action on Marksman basically gives you 1 crit for your focus results, and everything else becomes a hit. So in essence, it's a better focus. So, there's that. And then the last one is the refit, which removes the missile slot from the A-Wing, allowing it to be 2 points less. That is Tycho. Alright. And her last ship, this is a 5-ship build for her. The other A-Wing. That is, of course, one of my personal favorite ships, Jake. Jake, pilot skill of 7. And then regular A-Wing stuff with 2 attack, 3 defense, 2 hull, 2 shields. The focus, target lock, boost, evade, the elite slot, and missile. After you perform a focus action or assign a focus token, you may do a free boost or barrel roll. So yeah. Basically, the idea behind it is you can pick the focus after you take your move with Jake, and then barrel roll and boost afterwards, get yourself in better position. With Jake, then, we are also using the title to give him an extra elite slot for 0 points. And then we'll be playing the Veteran Instinct, which increases Jake's pilot skill by 2, making him a 9, which that 9 puts him on par with Darth Vader and Sister Fel and Han Solo, anybody like that, Talonbane now, obviously. So, and Jake basically screams for this, and push the limit on him is just excellent, because you can go ahead and do the crazy maneuvers, like, okay, I'm going to take a focus, do boost barrel roll, and then go ahead and target lock, or if you want to be more tanky, you go ahead and grab an evade token, kind of whatever you need to do there. And just like previously, we're going to put that refit on there to minus the missile slot. And finally, we are adding the stealth device on there. Stealth device to give Jake 4 dice then, which just makes him, again, a little bit better dodger. So that is her team. It is 149 points, I do believe. Then we're going to move on now quickly to my team. The biggest thing in my team, and I really took some time here to figure this out before actually fielding this team. So the first one's going to be, Decimator. And for the Decimator, I am flying. I get my card here. Ken Kirk with a 6 pilot skill, 3 attack, no evade, 12 hull, 4 shields, elite slot, torpedo slot, 3 crew, and a bomb. If you have no shields and at least 1 damage, you gain 1 agility card, or agility dice, which the Decimator normally can't do. So that makes it a little more tanky in the long run of things. I know this is kind of weird, but I did it anyway to try it here. I added a hull upgrade, and a lot of people run engine upgrades for this stuff. I'm running this because basically when his ability triggers to give you that extra die, I want a full 12 hit points afterwards. And I think that the Decimator, if you plan generally more in advance and take your time with your maneuvers, it'll be just fine as far as not needing the engine upgrade. So, I'm putting on Predator for the elite slot because you're not going to really target lock here. Generally, I think you're going to take focus. I think focus is always a better choice than target lock 90% of the time. So, and then you can reroll 2 dice if, of course, the pilot skill is 2 or less. Comboing that with, of course, Isgard. You're up there again. Can't tell how much the glare is, but Isgard says that at the start of the combat phase, if you have no shields and at least 1 damage, you may also pick up a free evade. So again, that's why I decided to go with this, because basically they have to concentrate all their stuff onto me early to beat through those shields. So basically they have to hit me 5 times, and then all my abilities activate. So I'd have evade plus the extra dice. And then I actually went out and bought the Raider, only to get, Emperor Palpatine, who I'm going to be playing this week. I really went back and forth on this. This is the only reason why I'm actually playing this, is because of this. Because with Palpatine, ideally, in most circumstances, you're sitting on 2 defense all the time. Because Isgard gives you 1, and then Palpatine's ability gives you another 1. So you always have 2 evade. So in most circumstances, this build is just really awesome. Palpatine allows me to manipulate any dice once per turn on a friendly ship. So that could be removing a crit to get fix my weapon or something. I can evade a die if I had to run over an asteroid. Whatever dice is rolled that's on one of my ships, I can change it to whatever I want once per turn. So yeah, I think that's could be interesting. Where I'm at in the standings, that's not going to be. If I choose badly, I guess at this point, I'm not really going to lose too much. So, next ship up, there we go. And it is an interceptor piloted by our favorite pilot, everybody knows as Suter Fel. Everybody knows Fel, but 9 for his pilot skill, 3 attack, 3 defense, 3 hull, no shields, elite slot, focus barrel boost, and the evade. Basically, it's sort of like the A-Wing. When you receive stress, you may assign 1 focus token to your ship as well. So basically what that means to the rest of you, obviously, and this is pretty much the build you run with Sunter at this point. The Railtar upgrade for 0, which allows you to run 2 modifications on Fel. And then you run Stealth Device, which gives you an extra dice. So suddenly Fel is rolling 4 dice at range 1 and 2. And of course I'm running the auto thrusters with that. So basically if you're outside the arc, like for turrets, and if you're at range 3, 1 evade is an automatic blink on those 4 dice. So that's really nice. And then if, Palpatine feels that he's going to be fine for the turn, he can actually manipulate that. So let's say it was a range 3 shot and you roll 5 dice. If Palpatine's not going to get an action, and you have the auto thrusters, they both kick in, that's 2 guaranteed evades, and you still rolling 3 other dice. So, yeah. But of course, push the limit, because on Fel, that's awesome. I mean, you can sit there and go focus, evade, and get another focus from Fel's ability. You can also go ahead and barrel roll boost to pick up a focus that way if you're going to come in and think you got a kill shot. So Fel's really good. And basically, running the Emperor as this, I think that you got to kind of run aces and flankers. So that's what I've done here, including my 3rd ship, Phantom, my repainted Phantom. So, and I'm flying Whisper in there, because I think Whisper is the best Phantom, to be honest. 7 pilot skill, 4 attack, 2 evade, 2 hull, 2 shields, elite, system, and crew slot. Focus barrel roll, evade, and cloak. After you perform an attack, you may assign 1 focus token to your ship, some more focus, which is pretty good. I choose to fly with the Veteran Instinct to push him up to 9, again, just because he's an ace. And very similar story to Jake, is you want to go ahead and shoot as quickly as you can, and then re-put that cloak back up. And then, of course, the advanced cloak itself, once you get done with your attack, you may perform a cloak afterwards for 4 points. And finally, the recon specialist on there, because basically, once you get into position, you take the focus action, you get 2. If you don't use 1, you get a 3rd one from Whisper's ability. If you use a focus action, you always have 2, because you still gain 1 back when he cloaks again. So always with 2. If you're rolling 4 dice, ideally, you should have at least 2 evades in it. So at that point, I had 12 points left, and there's nothing else I felt I could upgrade, so I tossed in 1 Academy Pilot just to fill up the other 12 points. I could not think of anything else to do with. This still gives me initiative, though, generally, as I am also 149 points. 2 attack, 3 evasion, 3 hull, 0 shields, focus barrel roll evade for 12 points. Just straight up generic die there. So there you have it. Those are both of our teams for the 150 Escalation tourney. And stay tuned, as we will have a 200-point build for each of us coming up for our double elimination tournament, which currently, as far as I understand it to be, is on the 6th of December. And there'll be some pretty good prizes handed over there. Please feel free, a thumbs up, thumbs down. We appreciate those, as well as any comments you might have, and subscriptions also are welcome indeed. This is JBuzzsaw79 signing out, and thank you for listening.